minutes left. You might get the ball twice in the last 4 minutes. Force a 3 and out. You go out quickly with a bunch of incomplete passes. 248-539-9797. Let's go to Andre on the cell. Next time, Andre. What's up?
The Lions, I think the cost was there. Is it better than we have? Yeah, okay, they're the same thing. I'll take Jerry Goff.
I'm not sure. Like, if I needed to win a game on Sunday, I'd probably take the veteran quarterback over the rookie, depending upon who they were playing. I'm actually surprised it took 3 hours and 7 minutes before we got our first, and they should have taken Justin Fields' call. 248-539-9797. Tom's in Berkeley, and he's next. What's up, Tom?
Hey, how you doing? I don't understand why nobody's mentioned. This isn't Holmes' guy. He fired Campbell, and I don't think he would have. I think if Campbell were to get fired, I don't know, 3/4 way through the season again, I'm not going to be surprised. I think Holmes is looking around and going, why did the board hear this guy to do this? I don't understand the hype.
Well, it's not any. He doesn't come anywhere close to saying that. Now that doesn't mean that in the deep recesses of his mind, or maybe in the very foreground of his mind, he's thinking that. But yeah, the timing of the thing, he could say, "Look, I didn't hire the guy, but I'm ready to move on," and he might be willing to move on sooner rather than later. But I personally think it's way premature to get into this kind of talk.
It is, for sure. But as far as chain of commands, we're pretty sure Brad Holmes has that authority, right?
I would hope so.
Even though Campbell was hired before him.
I mean, if you're going to be the GM, you have to have it.
Yeah, I would assume so, because otherwise this thing's really messed up. They always, seem to be working, we're on the same wavelength and thinking everything like that. And, there's going to be times to disagree, but I would think Holmes has the ultimate say on personnel, and even on Campbell's job, if he had to, right? Right? I mean, that's the way things work. You have a boss. Everyone has a boss.
Yep. Feedback, you go 117, you're fired. I don't care who you are. That's from my texter. From HB in Madison Heights, you don't need talent to hold on to the football. Mediocre players know that's a fundamental, and leaving points on the field is poor fundamentals of the coach. Champ is AJ Hinch, not for the weekend, but for the year he gave the Tigers. They were fun to watch all season. I really hope they gave him ammunition to compete. They give him ammunition to compete in the years to come. Chump is Quintricia. First 4 games. Quintricia is right. Chump is Quintricia. The first 4 games have shown how much damage they did to this team's talent on a Belichick couldn't work. 248-539-9797.
You know the thing we talk about the rebuilding and just seeing foundations of stuff to build on?
Yep.
And, you just mentioned the text that said AJ Hinch was his champion weekend.
Yep.
One thing AJ Hinch did was not just like the Kill Badoos and other players you saw signs from, they actually won games. They won more games than I expected, won more games than most I mean, I don't think anyone's expecting the Lions to win a bunch of games, but you do have to win a few here and there to keep the team, them believing in you, right, and following the message. My only issue is as long as Dan puts him in the right position, the best position possible, and, let the cards fall where they fall. And if they lose the game because of lack of talent, I understand that. But I just don't want Dan Campbell to be the reason why they're not
Here's the question. 4 games, how many of these games have they lost because of lack of talent?
You could argue all of them.
I would argue all of them, and that this one would only have been closer had he played it by the book.
But would you say this is the most winnable game they had?
It was the most winnable on paper. The most winnable was the Baltimore game. It took
at the end.
It kind of took
like a
2 miracles.
yes.
I mean, we sat here and people remember this at the beginning of the year. There were people saying, "I don't care if they were close to San Francisco. It took a miracle to even get them close." Well, guess what? They lost a game because of a miracle too. That was a miracle. What Baltimore pulled off, and good for them. And miracles happen. That's probably why the Lions are going to win a few games this year. But at the end of the day, I think in all 4 cases, they lost because of lack of talent. And this was the first game where I thought, well, a coaching decision would have made it much closer.
But does that matter to you? If they lose a game by 7, or they lose a game by 21 because of coaching?
I think there are going to be coaches that lose games. Even good coaches lose games.
Yes,
coaches
exactly.
make bad decisions.
Yes.
Great coaches make bad decisions in the course of a game. You just have to make enough good decisions. When you have the talent, your good decisions better far outweigh your bad decisions. I don't hold them up to a perfect standard because no coach, even Belichick makes bad decisions.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Union Lake
New England
Road.
here a couple years ago didn't make any sense. He had the greatest comeback quarterback of all time, and they were down 2 scores, and they gave up with over 2 minutes to go. They started running the ball. They gave up. It made no sense. But that was Belichick doing that.
I guess, I just don't give them a complete free pass. Even if they lose games, I want to see progress from Dan Campbell. So if they lose by 10 or 7 because he made all the right calls, I'm cool with it. He makes all the wrong calls and lose by 28, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
And the reality is, by the end of this season, games 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, I hope we've got something far more tangible than going, hey, maybe Cephas is a wide receiver too. We have to have some fun. We need to see Derek Barnes looking like a cornerstone. We need to see them later in the year giving great players, great teams problems, kind of like the Baltimore game. The Baltimore
Go past
game was
this light,
encouraging.
then at the
That
next
can be
one,
chalked up
turn
as
left.
Baltimore sleepwalking in here and thinking it was going to be easy. But if they start doing that more regularly, then we might be on side.
You know how that special team player ran out of bounds and he didn't come back, cost them, the ball, turnover?
At the
That just
light,
can't
turn
happen
left
again.
onto Union Lake Road.
So they lined
then
up
turn
offside
right
at the
onto
end of the
Cooley
game
Lake Road.
against the Bears, which they were going to have to punt the ball back. The Lions weren't going to run, of course, but is that one of those things, hey, this can't happen again? We saw it on tape. You can't line up offsides. Like, that's ridiculous.
Did you see what happened with in the Patriot game last night when the 14-year pro and special teams Pro Bowler ran out of bounds? Mm-hmm. Ran out of bounds for 35 yards.
Yeah, dude, he was running
out of bounds. So, it's happened. 248-539-9797. And it happens to good teams with good coaches. Great coaches. But you're right. It can't keep happening. Hey, it's your second chance to refi with Hall Financial. You didn't miss out on low interest rates, but act fast. It's not certain they will remain this low for long. See if you qualify for Hall Financial's no appraisal 8-day close. There's a strong chance that your home is worth more now than ever. Within the last year, the average homeowner has gained more than $175,000 in home equity. Call Hall Financial for
turn
a
right
free
onto Cooley
5-minute
Lake
mortgage
Road.
review.
Then turn
With
left
rates
onto
still at
Glade
historic
Avenue.
lows, there is a chance you're overpaying on your mortgage and could be saving hundreds of dollars each month by refinancing. Check on your financial situation today with
Turn
Hall
left onto
Financial.
Glade
I gave
Avenue.
a 5-star
Then the
review because
destination
our
is on your
experience with them was great. We did a refi with them years ago. We just checked back in and they said it doesn't make sense for you now. They didn't go for the quick buck to sell me on a refi. Give them a call at 866-CALL-HALL. That's 866-CALL-HALL or the website callhallfirst.com.
In 800
They're available on
feet,
the weekend,
the destination
7 days
is
a
on
week.
your left.
So
8353
again,
Lagoon Avenue.
866-CALL-HALL or callhallfirst.com.
What's up, everyone? Heather Park here from my friends at Bet River Sportsbook. They're your pro football betting powerhouse with same-game parlays, boosts, and special promotions all season long. Plus, Bet Rivers is bringing you the $1 million Beat the Spread Challenge. You can win your share of the $1 million prize pool
destination is on your left.
Check it out at
8353
betrivers.com
Laguna
or